What's going on, guys? My name is Dane Sklar and this is DSklar41. Today, after all the requests I've been getting to review some Yamahas, I finally get the opportunity to, courtesy of Simi Valley Cycles out here in Simi Valley. Huge thanks to the manager Dwayne for having me come out here and letting me review these bikes for you guys today. And also, previously, thank you to Jason Rains from Yamaha to actually give me the opportunity to let me ride the bikes at LACR when I initially tried to talk about them when the wind unfortunately destroyed my audio. So today I have a 2019 YZ-250F and I'm going to give you guys the pros and cons about these bikes. Alright guys, so we'll start with the pros. So for 2019, they really went to work on changing a lot of the things that might have been wrong with it in the previous years, such as suspension, clutch, frame, and motor. And they finally slimmed the shrouds down and the gas tank down, which feels a lot better compared to previous years. So the frame, the chassis, it feels nice in rigidity. I could take corners pretty good. I couldn't knife into them as well as my Honda, but this bike is a little more controllable all around. It's not as twitchy as my bike and some of the braking bumps or the whoops. The new clutch, the pull is very nice. The clutch was very responsive. Although it's not a hydraulic clutch, it has that type of feeling without being the actual vagueness of the hydraulic clutch. The suspension, I'm a lighter guy. I'm like 135 pounds. It was still a tiny bit rough for me, but it was nowhere near as bad as my Honda, because that was set up for 180 pounds. And as you know from my bike review, in that bike, it beat the crap out of me. So this one was a lot more tolerable stock. They have the new Kayaba SSS fork. They are pretty more plush. I messed with the clickers a little bit and I got it more comfortable initially, but I would probably still change the suspension anyway. But for some lighter riders, it was a lot better. The motor had good all-around power. It wasn't so overwhelming like my bike. My bike is a lot more powerful than this bike, so it's a little more choppier. I was able to manage the power a little bit better on this bike. So that's pro number one, the new changes for 2019. All right guys, so pro number two, they went to work on the entire seat for this year. Last year, a lot of people complained about that the seat foam was not dense enough, that it kind of felt like a couch, and also the pocket here wasn't deep enough, so you were just kind of sliding around all over the seat. For 2019, they did change the seat up a little bit, so the seat foam is denser, so you can squeeze your legs tighter. It is not as plushy, so you're not just kind of like sinking into it. They really slimmed the things up over here, so you can get your nuts up closer on the bike, so you can take the corners better. So that's pro number two, the new seat. All right, guys. So for pro number three is the on-the-fly map switch. Just like my Honda, you can select different maps on the fly. Unlike my Honda, you can do this while you're riding on the track, while you're moving. On my Honda, you have to be stopped in neutral to press the button for it to actually make a change. This on-the-fly map sensor only has two settings, just regular, and then the second one is more aggressive. I did try riding both at LACR. On the first one, it didn't. The power was little less powerful. When I pressed the button, it was definitely more aggressive, more snappy, and the bike's power is great. It's kind of like a mini 450. It's the best power in the class. This does make a difference. I do feel it, and that's the pro number three, on the fly map switch. All right, guys. So for pro number four, and this is my favorite, this is extremely unique to the Yamahas only. Okay, I wish my bike had this. Kind of made me jealous. Is the downloadable app for Android and iOS. It's lets you look at everything about this bike. The little box is hidden cleverly underneath the rear plate right here. It's got a box, and it's got free built-in Wi-Fi, and this allows you to change more maps. There's more maps available than just on the fly. It lets you look at maintenance schedules, logged hours. It'll let you know when you need to change your oil, or you should change your oil. It's just so cool. It's got a whole bunch of bike data, and it's so unique to the Yamaha. I wish all bikes had this. It's extremely cool, really easy to understand, and that is pro number 4. The app for the bike. Alright guys, so for the last pro, it's going to be, this bike feels light, nimble, and it's been dubbed the Mini 450, aka the best power in class. So when I rode this bike in this map, second aggressive map, I was just able to rail everything. I was so confident on this bike. Like I said in one of the previous pros, it's not as, doesn't knife in to corners as good as my Honda, but the rest of it is better everywhere. I rode some other 250s. This is definitely has the most power. I don't have to work as hard as I would on a other 250. You still have to shift more than a 450, obviously, because this bike winds out a lot, but that's nature of all 250s. But I could be up in one gear higher and not constantly revving it out. This bike does have a good over rev limiter. I actually like the raspy sound of the stock exhaust. Some people maybe have different opinions about that, but I personally like it. You guys will hear it nicely in my GoPro footage, but that is pro number 5. It's got the best power in class, and it feels light, nimble, and agile. Alright guys, so now that we covered the pros, now we got to move into the cons. So the first con, the bike still, although I said it is slimmer and they have made a big improvement over the past previous years, it's still not as slim as I would like it to be. Pretty much all the other bikes on the market, all the competition are slimmer. My bike 450 feels a lot slimmer. The Kawasaki I tested feels a lot slimmer. In my opinion, it doesn't have the best ergos, but anything can be changed with some little bit of money, and that's con number 1, the ergos. Alright guys, so for con number 2, I know you guys probably will rip on me about this in the comments, and I know I'm being a little nitpicky on this one, but this just goes to show how good this bike this is if I'm just kind of really being picky about this. I'm personally not a huge fan of the stock bars. I think they're a little awkwardly shaped for me. I know this can be changed really easily, but I base reviews off the showroom floor, what you get right out the box, because some things you can change, some things you don't have to if it's good enough off the showroom floor. But I don't know, they just feel like really tall and they're not as far apart as I'd like. But that's just me. I know everybody's different. I'm 5'10", I got really long arms, so that's just me. But that's con number 2, the stock bars. Alright guys, so for con number 3 is the stock seat cover. The seat foam, like I said in the previous pro, is good, but the seat cover itself is not grippy at all. I was sliding around all over the place. Every time I went into the corners or I went into the whoops, I was just kind of going back and forth on the seat. I know this can be changed really easily with another seat cover, aftermarket seat cover, and they're not really even that expensive. But like I said, I base my reviews off what you get off the showroom floor. So that's con number 3, the stock seat cover. Alright guys, so for the last con, they really did make an improvement over this from the previous years, but the front end still is not as lively as I'd like it to be. What I mean by that is when I was throwing it into a corner, into a rut, it still kind of wanted to make up its mind what it was doing in the rut, so it didn't want to like settle in right away. My Honda is a lot better at that. Hondas are kind of known for its cornering ability, so this doesn't corner as well in my opinion, but like I said before, they have really gone to work on it, and that's con number 4, the front end feel. Alright guys, so in summary, the 2019 YZ-250F is a great all-around bike. My cons, as you can tell, were extremely nitpicky, and anything can be changed with just a little bit of money. Honestly, if I were buying a 250, I would probably be buying this one. I just really loved the way it behaved, it sounded, and performed on the track. If you guys are shopping around for 250s for 2019, I would put this one at one of the top of your lists. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the 2019 YZ-250F. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.